of different. There's a lot of different ways. One of our sponsors also is China to West. They have manufacturing capabilities in China, and they're a UIA-sponsored company, United Inventors Association. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, but you have to make a decision if you're going to manufacture it. Let's say you come up with the prototype, it looks great, you're happy, then you end up starting to go through the manufacturing process, and all of a sudden you realize, you know what, I'm going to order 5,000 units, and they're going to be delivered to my garage. I'm going to be really excited about it. Then what? So a lot of people, inventors, come and they even call up or they talk about it on the show that they'll have 5,000 units in their garage, and they don't know what to do next, and then they realize that there's no market for it, or nobody wants to take it, and then they have to find different avenues of getting rid of their inventory, whether it's possibly catalogs or putting it on a website, on their own website, on one of the clearance websites. You have to have a plan. So, Marcy, before somebody would manufacture their product, what kind of tips from your experience, because you're active on QVC, what sort of tips can you give the inventors to know if they have a market or not? What makes a marketable? And everybody has different views, because you could show the same product to 10 different buyers, and maybe only one might say yes or maybe, and the others would say no. What's your take on what a good product would look like?
Well, to answer your question about what would you say to someone that's getting ready to manufacture, my personal feeling on it is I wouldn't put up my own money to manufacture a product unless I knew it had a home. I'm actually with HSN. I think you said QVC, but I'm with HSN. One of the things I like about working with HSN is their business model is that they start with a fairly small upfront quantity, which is less risky than you might imagine. So unless I have a PO from HSN saying, yes, we want this product and we want 500 of them or 2,000 or whatever, because I've heard so many bad stories like you are referring to where you end up with 5,000 units in your garage, I wouldn't take that step. And so I would need to know, I would at least have to have letters of intent from retailers or POs, actual POs issued before I would take that step to manufacture. So when I'm talking with someone, I'm very upfront in saying that, I can't have this for you for 10 weeks or whatever that turnaround time is going to be to actually manufacture. So be upfront about your timeline, but know exactly what the offer is that you're giving to whoever it is that you're pitching to, whether it's a retail store or a home shopping network, what the costs are going to be. You have to know those hard costs up front. You've got to have all that information up front. But I really believe in getting the order before you manufacture.
True.
Some people might differ on that.
And you could do that. I've taken orders from and generated some strong interest from simple prototypes, and they looked good. I make sure that I take my time and do a good job on my prototype, because it comes close to it. And then while you're doing that, you're getting an idea of how much manufacturing costs and tooling costs. And at the same time, you could take that and you have an option of which button you want to push. Do I want to manufacture it? Well, I know how much it costs. Or am I going to license it? And if you're choosing to license it, now you can talk to the potential licensees about how much it costs and what the tooling is. So you're really covering both aspects of it. Marcy, let's just talk one more moment about trade shows, because I always talk about how trade shows change my life, and we're talking about trade shows in our forum chat here. And I know that you've had experience going to trade shows also. Tell us, how can anybody go to a trade show?
Anybody can go to a trade show, and I love trade shows. I think they are invaluable. I've never exhibited at a trade show, and I don't ever plan to exhibit at a trade show personally. I know there's two schools of thought on that. My personal school of thought, I go to the shows. There's a couple in particular that I think are fantastic. I go every year to the Houseware Show in Chicago, which is in March. And I go to the ERA conference, which we just had in Las Vegas, which is all the basically infomercial companies, home shopping channels, etc. And all of the big players are there. Everyone that you could ever want to meet with your invention is there. And you don't need to have a booth necessarily, which can be a huge expense, as you guys probably know. in order to be there. You can go just as a guest, as an attendee. Many of the trade shows are free. Some of them you pay $99 or, the costs are minimal to be there. But to walk the floor, to network with people that are there, I've called ahead of time to some of the companies that I would love to get my product in the door to, and I've set up meetings with them. They take meetings at the trade shows. So I just go with my binder of inventions, with my 3D renderings, with prototypes if I have them, and I'm just amazed at what I get done in a 2-day period at a trade show.
True.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's United Inventors Association has a roadshow of different things that go on at the trade shows they have inventors corners where they take a certain amount of space at the trade show, and you can rent an inexpensive booth or part of their group if you'd like, or they have different types of workshops and panels and different ways to present your product also for opportunity to pitch your idea. But what Marcy's saying also, by the way, a great resource for finding where trade shows are happening, you could go to it's called Trade Show News Network, tsnn.com. You can put in your industry, put in the location, and see what types of trade shows are going on. Trade shows are great. You just need a business card most of the time and, put that you're a trade guest. There's some that are really for insiders, so those you might not be able to attend. So take a look and see. Trade shows are a great way to get into the industry of the product that you're involved with and really understand who the players are, what's coming out new, meeting people, running into buyers. It's a great opportunity for sure. Right, Marcy?
It absolutely is. And I could say I have not been to Impex yet, but I've heard that it's really the best of the best in terms of a trade show for a new inventor.
Sure. We've
had so much to...
Yep, we've had Impex on our show also, and you can find out more information about them as well. So, Marcy, we're just about coming to an end of this show. Now, like I said, there's inventors at all different stages of the invention process. Give us some final words of wisdom for what, just keeping us moving forward with our ideas. You've seen a lot of different things out there. You're actively involved. Give us some final words.
Gosh, my final words would be that I'm so excited by the world of inventing right now. I just think there's never been a better time to be an inventor because there are so many resources out there for us that are just, with the internet, they're at our fingertips and they don't cost us anything. And so the world is really open to us now, and there are so many different competitions going on, whether it's Edison Nation or Homemade Millionaire or Shark Tank or, there's a lot out there for new inventors that maybe don't have the wherewithal to move forward with it on their own. And I just think it's an exciting time. I mean, patent applications, it's record year, and it's also exciting for women inventing. I think in a down economy, innovation really thrives, and people are looking for different creative ways to make a living. And so many homes are having to have dual income. And so women, moms that are solving problems every day of their life are really kind of turning it up in terms of inventing. I think year over year, the patent applications by women are up 35%. So, there's a lot of opportunity, and I think it's such a fun world to be in. I love it so much, and, I really encourage people to follow their dream, but do it right and do it, there's ways to do it inexpensively. And, follow that path in the beginning until you really have something. And then at that point, when you have the interest from someone that's, a key player, that's when you can start to put money into it and maybe go get financing or whatnot. But doing that in the beginning, I think, can be detrimental.
Great. Thank you so much, Marcy. Marcy, your website for us to take a look at your products and to keep in touch with the activity that you're involved with bringing products out. What's your website?
It's marcymckenna.com, marcymckenna.com.
Excellent.
And I'm very active on Twitter and Facebook also, and I'm always highlighting new inventions, and it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying my community tremendously, so I hope you guys become a part of it.
Great, and we enjoyed having you on our show. I certainly
thank you,
did.
Brian.
Thank you, Marcy McKenna. Thank you so much for the words of wisdom and just kind of taking us through the process of how you go about things. Thank you to our guest chatters that are on the website. Ron, thank you. Cliff, Alex, thank you very much for being involved in the show. Thank you to the emails that were coming in. We were answering the questions as Marcy and I were going through the interview. Everybody, thanks again. Thank you to our sponsors. Have a great night. Take a look at our upcoming shows. We have some good guests coming up. We're also setting up a great 2013. Can you believe we're talking about 2013 already? That'll be coming up soon. We're building up a real nice guest list. And thank you, everybody, for your support. Got Invention Radio. Have a great night. Again, I'm your host, Brian Freed. Till next show, have a great night. Thanks.